All right, Team Hungary. There's a look at their four-man roster. And we just saw them a short while ago as they matched up against Romania. And were able to pick up a 13-11 win to improve to 2-1 in the pool. Pool C, of course. Philippines enter the day at 1-1, 21-19 win over Romania, and a 16-21 loss to Spain on day one.
Team Hungary ball.
The leading scorer is Mark Bello, 13 points for him. They don't have Russell Escoto. They're playing with just 3 players, so undermanned, who had a shoulder injury on day one. So props to this Philippine squad for playing with the type of heart that they played with. And who knows what they may be able to pull out today with Cobunton doing his thing. They got yesterday, I'm saying that Saad for Team Qatar was the best finisher in the tournament. He's got some competition with Cobunton, who just went off and put his team on his back with 15 big points on day one, 10 points against Romania in a gutty win for the Philippines that's put them in a pretty solid position heading into today's play. So a big game for both of these squads. Mohaxi goes off the glass, and it's one apiece in the first 30 seconds of this one. Philippines with no shortage of support. We always feel the love from their fans on our YouTube feed. And they're pretty active on our social media accounts as well. So out there, hit us up. Not that I have to remind you anyway, but what do you think? You think your team has a shot with 3 guys? I believe in them. It's going to be a tough road to hoe, though. This Hungary team is ready to play. They're one of the tougher teams out here. Again, 2-1, eyeing a 3-1 finish in the pool. See what they're able to do. Cobunton got where he wanted to go, but Ivo Sev with some great defense. Now Bello gets worked underneath as Ivo Sev gets the score. Koprofronius with the quick steal. Mohaxi clears it. He's guarded by Glenn. Glenn right there. Just enough defense to force the miss at the rim. 2 apiece, a minute and a half is eclipsed in this one. Bello has it up top, faked the 2-point shot, couple of jab steps, and straight to the cup for the lay-in. So Bello right behind Glenn Cobunton with 13 points from day one. Versatile big man. Shined for the Philippines basketball team in the past couple of years. Dehesa, he's a fan favorite. You can see why as he scores off the glass. Hungary on the move. Ivo Sev is fouled. So this is Team Philippines World Championship debut. Again, without Russell Escoto, who hurt his shoulder on day 1. Day 2, excuse me, their first day of pool play. And Cobunton draws the foul. Vito too aggressive in the corner. Glenn with the hezzy behind the back, spins on Ivo Sev. Ivo Sev says, yeah, I got him. The crowd wanted to see him finish that one off, so did I. I'm a sucker for a sick highlight. What do you want?
Free throw is good.
Glenn's free throw is good. Quick clear, Kirkofronius. Evo Sev, and he gives Kobuntin a shot to the jaw, but Kobuntin called for the foul. And an and one opportunity for Evo Sev. So Glenn's gonna shake it off, and Evo Sev's gonna step up to the stripe and try to even this thing up at 5 apiece. Evo Sev, money in the bank from the stripe, 5 apiece. Hungary with 4 fouls committed, and the Philippines with 3. Bello misses the pull-up. De Hesa guarding Mohaxi. Mohaxi. Evo Sev, and Evo Sev can't finish. Foul's called on Mohaxi. Team Philippine on the move. Glenn Kobuntin, he can't finish at the rim there. And he made a living doing that on day 1. The size of Evo Sev is giving him some trouble. And Vito hurting him from the outside. De Hesa, nice cross. Kick to Glenn. Glenn swings it. De Hesa, 2-ball corner pocket. Miss. Mohaxi now. Guarded by Beto at the top. Evo Sev, open from 2, bad shot. It goes off the left side of the rim. De Hesa thought about going baseline. Up fake. Oh, and he clowns on Beto. He's just missing the red nose. Mohaxi. Good from the baseline. And Glenn couldn't finish the deal. But a quick crossover to get right at the rim. And he's going to get a free throw when we come back from a TV timeout. 6:21 on the clock. Hungary with a 2-point advantage over the Philippines, 8-6.
We want y'all to hang out with us as we will be having the skills competition final as well as the final round of the shootout qualifiers.
Kobuntin short on the free throw. Just couldn't pull the team within 1. Mismatch, mouse in the house. De Hesa guarding Evo Sev, and he scores over both De Hesa and Kobuntin to extend Hungary's lead to 9-6. So the Philippines trying to keep the dream alive even with 3 players. Puts them in a tough position, not being able to substitute with Escoto suffering that shoulder injury. He's not even on the bench for the team. Mohaxi, he can't connect. De Hesa drives, hangs, and a nice score on the baseline to pull the Philippines within 1. Oh, and within 2. My math was bad. Approaching the midway mark. Hungary, though, with 6 team fouls. That could help the Philippines here down the stretch, depending on what happens. So 1 more foul on Hungary, and they'll be in the penalty. We'll see Philippines shooting some bonus free throws. Mohaxi misses point-blank range, gets his own rebound, and blows it again. And then call for the technical foul as he got a little too yappy with the refs. And De Hesa will step up to the stripe here. net on the free throw.
Hungary with a 1-point lead. 5 seconds left in the game.
Possession as well. It's Bello. Step back, too short. It's Vito, some solid defense. Ivosev trying to create on the inside. His pass to Vito is deflected, and Vito's shot is off the mark. So Glenn Cobunton, bad decision on that drive. And Hungary quickly makes him pay for it with the score underneath by Ivosev. Cobunton loses it, regathers it, takes a bump. And it looked like an offensive foul was called, but yeah, so they make sure that it's correct. So yeah, offensive foul called on Cobunton. So Hungary rock Mohatsi to Vito. Feed down to Ivosev. And one. As Hungary keeps adding to the lead now. 11-8. Chance to get it up to a 4-point cushion. Philippines have committed 5 fouls. A couple more and they'll be in the penalty. Bunton to Bello. Bello off the pump fake. Goes to the leg, to the crib. He's too strong. It's going to be out of bounds to Hungary. With 4 minutes on the clock and a 4-point lead. Still anybody's game. As 4 minutes is an eternity. And a lot of possessions to be had with 12-second shot clocks, as you know. Ivosev pulls up and misses the 2. Vito with the save. Mohatsi saying, get out of here. Let me take it at Dehesa. Let me see what he got. 5 seconds called as he had his back turned to the defender for 5 seconds. Violation. And it's going to be Philippines ball when we come back from the TV timeout. 3:57 to be exact on the clock. And the Philippines with some work to do to get back in this thing. Down by 4.
We're posting on social media for this and also to follow FIBA 3x3 on all social media channels. Philippines ball.
Win, spin, he got Ivosev in the air. And that's the type of response that the Philippines was hoping for. He's gonna get a couple of free throws here as Hungary is in the penalty. Another look at the play, great concentration and a strong finish. And let's see if he can connect at the stripe on the first one. He does. So a 12-10 game. Philippines underman only 3 guys. And right in this game, as it's 12-11. Hungary with the 2-1 record. Philippines coming in at 1-1 in Pool C. Vito, long on the 2, but the rebound underneath from Mohatsi. He puts it up and in. Beto lets the 2 fly from the corner. And the 2 shooter has it even at 13 apiece. Mohatsi trying to respond with a deuce of his own. Dehesa can't get the 2 to go. Beto hustles to get it. And he's called for the carry, looks like, turnover. Vito pulls up from 2 early in the shot clock. Bunton now. It's been fun watching him go at Ivosev. Beautiful pass. Beto misses the first one and blows a second. Almost got a third opportunity. and just couldn't close the deal. But you never see Bunton drop his head either. It's another characteristic of his game that I happen to like. You don't see him yelling at his teammates a whole lot. Evo said, meantime, on the score. You know, play doesn't go his way, he keeps playing. Beto drop off to Glenn, who gets it blocked. And Hungary's on the move now. Mohaxi. The verdict on that play is a layup off the glass for the lawyer. 15-13, Philippines down by 2. Ja Rule clap back, bumping in the background. That may give them some motivation. We'll see if they can clap back with just over 2 minutes to play. Evo said, stripped by Glenn. Bello has it cleared, guarded by Kerpel-Fronius. Up fake over to De Hessa. Back to Bello, another up fake. Drive. Layup slipped out of his hands. So Bunton, he can't get a shot up either. And a shot clock violation. It's going to go over to Hungary. Vito passed up to 2, and Glenn was forced to foul him. The 6th foul on the Philippines. And a timeout. And they rest up, get ready to do battle the final 2 minutes of this one, trailing by 2. So the Philippines trying to pull off the improbable and come out of Pool C, trailing by 2 points. So not an insurmountable lead for sure. The 2 is missed by Bello. But speaking of the fact that they only have 3 players competing on the floor and at a disadvantage without Russell Escoto on the squad with the shoulder injury. So I think shock would be the word to describe it if the Philippines could muster up enough energy to get the job done in this one and maybe even in their second game as well.
First free throw is long.
Mohaxi, second free throw is good. 16-13, buck and a half to play. Go Bunton. Over to De Hessa, he's D'd up. Great defense from Vito. 2 on the shot clock. Beto's got to get it up. Defended well by Mohaxi, so shot clock violation is going to go over to Hungary. 8 fouls on Hungary and 7 for the Philippines, so both in the penalty situation. So next defensive foul for either of them. See another couple of free throws. Evo Seb camped out in the paint, puts the shot up, and he gets the score. So 4-point advantage now with a minute to play. Hungary 4 points away from getting the win. Philippines 4 points away from tying this thing. They need some defensive possessions though, and they got to find a way to score. And that's easier said than done with Evo Seb's big body down in the paint, disrupting everything that he can. Speaking of disruptions, Bello with the block. Bunton with the finish athletically. 3-point game. Evo said, sizing up the D, kicks it to Beto. Beto, 2-ball flies, and he misses it. 30 seconds. DeHessa spinning baseline. Takes a little contact. He scores over Mohaxi. It's a 2-point game. 17-15. Hungary still in control. 5 on the shot clock for Evo Seb, who pulls up, misses the J. So Philippines could tie here. Bello lets one go, he misses. DeHessa with the board. 10 seconds left in the game. DeHessa, they don't need a 1, they need a 2. He scores underneath. What an effort from Team Philippines to get back in it. 17-16 game. Had DeHessa been able to get an and one there, then would have really been exciting. But the intentional foul on Evo said, Bello got him, and they're hoping for a couple of misses at the free throw line, or at least one miss to give them an opportunity to at least tie. We'll see what happens. Evo said with a couple of big free throws here for Team Hungary as they look to wrap up pool play at 3-1 and put themselves in great position in the pool. And there's that miss that the Philippines needed. 2 seconds on the shot, on the clock, I should say, to get a shot. They got to get the rebound first, though. So we'll see here. As Evo says, free throw is good. Quick kick out to DeHessa. 2 is way short. And Team Philippines falls to 1 and 2. Hungary wraps up pool play 3-1 with a close victory over Team Philippines, who have nothing to hang their heads about. They had 3 dudes on the court, man.
Mark, you gave everything you had against Hungary. Playing against 3 is extremely difficult.
Yeah, it's very hard. We're down one man, then it's a tough game. It's a good experience to us.
This Hungary team, they had this big man who was very dominant. Without Russell, it made it very difficult.
They're good players. They're very veterans and old guys, so they're tough.
But this is the Puso spirit, no? When you're wearing this national jersey, you're giving everything you have.
That's the kind of Filipino basketball. We are the kind of, we play with heart. That's all.
You've played a lot of tournaments, a lot of competition for the Philippines the last couple of years, no? You were at the FIBA Asia Challenge just a few weeks ago. Talk about how special these 3x3 World Championships has been to you in terms of atmosphere, in terms of different game, different spirit.
It's a good experience. The ambience is very good. The sound systems and all the players are very tough, so it's a good experience for me.
You even have some other Filipino compatriots here with Q York, the MC and the DJ Noah Lazarus, and DJ Flava. Did you know them before, and what do you think? Do you think they do a good job? Do they represent the Philippines well as well?
It's very represent the Philippines very well, and it's a good music. We know him in the hotel. Then coach told me that he's a Filipino, so we're happy that we have a Filipino DJ also here.